Hey fam, what's happening? Welcome to practice today. Today's class is going to be explorative, a little more of a level 2 practice. What I mean by that is if you're an experienced practitioner, this will give you some fun new movements to explore with. If you're more of a beginner, you can definitely still do this class. It might just be a little challenging here and there, so give yourself space and grace to figure things out, knowing that you can always pause the video, rewind as you kind of get the movements down. With all that being said, welcome. All you need is yourself and your practice space. Let's start in downward facing dog, getting right into practice. I'm not going to be cueing as much of the little details today, more so just focusing on cueing the movement patterns. From down dog, let's look forward and walk to the top of the mat into forward fold. Lower into a toe stand, deep bend into the knees, and then sink into a boat pose, navasana. Let's take a few rounds of high boat into low boat. So on your next breath in, stay here, high boat. And then exhale, low boat with the option to reach the arms overhead. So hollow body position, heels are floating, arms are floating. And then inhale, rise up, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Then continue, high boat, low boat. Let's keep going for another 10, 9, 8, 7. Maybe you start going a little faster. 6, 5, nice job, y'all. 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Rise all the way up to standing at the top of your mat. Once you get to standing, inhale, reach the hands up, hands to heart center, exhale. Lift the left knee into the chest, take an inhale, and on the exhale, kick the left foot forward and extend the arms forward. And then inhale, bring it back, bend left knee, hands to heart center. Exhale, warrior 3, extend left foot back. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, high crescent lunge. Inhale, hands to the sky. On the exhale, open twist to your right, so the right arm swings back behind you. Reverse your lunge, left hand to the sky, right fingertips can graze the back of your left thigh. Take an inhale. Stay here, exhale. As you inhale, both hands to the sky, so untwist. Warrior 2, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Come forward, and then take the left arm through a few big shoulder rotations. Just big loops of the left arm, exploring the outer range of motion. Switch directions if you haven't already. Then take this up and back into reverse triangle. Straighten both legs, right hand up. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Come forward. Maybe even try to float the right hand in your triangle pose. Left hand reaches to the clouds up above us. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Rise up to standing. Pivot the toes. Wide-legged forward fold facing the left edge of your mat. Try to have most of the weight into the toes versus the heels. This will help us activate the legs. This will help us bring hips over ankles. Often when the weight is in the heels, the hips fall way back behind us. Let's rise up to standing, goddess pose. Heels in, toes out, cactus the arms. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, rise up to stand, pivot the toes to face the edge of the mat, wide-legged forward fold once again. Inhale, halfway lift, into Skandasana lunge, back of the mat. So left knee is bent, right leg is extended. This transition's gonna be a tricky one, but stick with me. We're coming to Malasana squat. The left leg stays as it is. The right leg comes in. Bending into the right knee, Malasana squat. I know I'm facing backwards right now, but I'll be facing forward on the next side. From our Malasana squat, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and then go back to where we came. You can use the hands to support and then extend the right leg, and then half moon facing forward. So come forward on the right foot facing the top of the mat, open into balancing half moon. From balancing half moon, bring the left knee in toward the chest, stand all the way up, stork pose, take an inhale, reach the hands up, and then exhale, place the left foot down, hands to heart center. We'll flow through a vinyasa here, so inhale, hands up, exhale, forward fold. I promise we'll create more rhythm as we go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose into your chaturanga. From chaturanga, pause in your low push-up position, and then rise back up to plank pose. From here, drop the knees, child's pose. From child's pose, we'll swim our way forward into upward facing dog. So like the forearms are glued to the mat, like we're drawing a line with the nose forward on the mat, upward facing dog, pull yourself forward into downward facing dog. From here, look forward, rise to the toes, bend the knees, walk or take a hop, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale, float the right knee. Exhale, kick and push. Inhale, bring it back, bend right knee. Exhale, warrior three, right leg extends. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, high crescent lunge. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, twist to your left, so left arm swings back. Inhale, reverse your lunge, left fingertips to back of right thigh, right hand to the sky. Inhale. Stay here, exhale. Next, inhale, both hands to the sky, untwist. Exhale, warrior two position. Inhale, reverse warrior. Side angle pose, come forward. Reverse triangle, stand all the way up, straighten left leg into your triangle pose. We're here for a couple breaths. Again, maybe the left hand floats up off the mat this time. Maybe you place left hand on the leg if you want to. Let yourself breathe. And then rise all the way to standing. Pivot the toes, wide-legged forward fold, again with most of the weight into the front of the feet. And then rise all the way back up to standing, goddess squat. Heels in, toes out, cactus the arms. This time sway side to side for a couple breaths. Create some fluidity and some strength into the legs. Keep on breathing. And then rise up to stand, create lots of space, wide-legged forward fold. Find a halfway lift. Skandasana lunge, back of the mat, bend into your right knee. Into Malasana squat. So use your hands if you want. Take a step. Left foot steps to the right foot. And then we'll reverse that. Do the opposite, extend the left leg. I know it's kind of tricky at first, we'll build it. Balancing half moon, front of the mat. Open up. Right foot floats. Left fingertips either to the ground, to a block, or left fingertips can even float. Right knee pulls into the chest, stand all the way up. Extend right leg. Reach the hands up, inhale. And then place the foot back down. Hands to heart center. Let's flow through a vinyasa. Inhale, hands up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose to chaturanga. Pause in chaturanga. And then rise back up to plank. Drop the knees, think child's pose. Forearms are glued to the mat. Swim your way forward, swooping into upward dog. And then back to down dog. Look forward, rise to the heels, bend the knees, walk or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Float the left knee, inhale. Exhale, kick and push. Inhale, bring it back. Warrior three, exhale. Inhale here. Step back, exhale. High lunge, inhale, hands up. Open twist to the right, exhale. Inhale, reverse lunge. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, both hands to the sky, untwist. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, come forward. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Stay here for a moment, breathe. Then rise up to star pose. Reach the hands up, inhale. Exhale, wide-legged fold. Rise all the way back up into goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Cactus the arms, sway side to side. Straighten arms and legs, reach up. Pivot the toes, wide-legged forward fold. Really getting into the hips today. Halfway lift. Skandasana lunge, back of the mat. Malasana squat, back of the mat. Right foot steps to left. Skandasana lunge, right leg extends. Balancing half moon, front of the mat. Open up, stand up, balance. Left knee pulls in, all the way. Left leg extends forward, hands to the sky, inhale. And then release everything down, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose into chaturanga. Control the lower down. And then just like a push-up, rise all the way back up. Drop the knees down, drop the forearms down, and then pull your way forward, staying low to the mat, up dog, into our down dog. Inhale, rise to the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Float the right knee, inhale. Exhale, kick and push. Inhale, bring it back. Warrior 3, exhale. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, step back. Inhale, hands up. Open twist to the left, exhale. Left arm swings back. Inhale, reverse your lunge. Stay here, exhale. Both hands up, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle pose, exhale. Nice job. Reverse triangle, inhale. Triangle pose, exhale. Rise all the way up to stand. Pivot the toes, star pose, inhale. Wide-legged fold, exhale. Go ahead and rise all the way up. Goddess pose. Sway side to side a couple times. Straighten arms and legs, rise up into wide-legged fold. As you fold, inhale, halfway lift. Skandasana, back of the mat. Malasana, back of the mat. Skandasana, extend left leg again. Balancing half moon, come forward. Balance. Right knee pulls into the chest, stand all the way up. Extend right leg, hands up, inhale. Exhale, everything comes down, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank to low plank. Control the lower. Control the lift, rise back up. Child's pose variation. Knees and forearms drop. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Back to down dog. Inhale, look forward, rise to the toes, bend the knees. Walk or hop, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll keep it flowing. If you ever need a break, just pause the video and grab a sip of water. I know we're really just jumping right into it today. All right, y'all are doing amazing. If you're still with me, you're doing amazing, because even I'm getting quite tired here. Okay, so let's lift the left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, kick and push. Inhale, bring it back. Warrior 3, exhale. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, drop it back. High lunge. Inhale, hands up. Open twist to the right, exhale. Inhale, reverse. Stay here, exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, exhale, come forward. Reverse triangle, inhale. Triangle pose, exhale. Stay here for a moment. And then rise up, star pose, extend into wide-legged fold. Go ahead and rise back up, goddess pose. We're here for a moment as we sway or bounce a little bit. And then rise back up, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, Skandasana, back of the mat, into Malasana, back of the mat. Back into Skandasana, and then forward into half moon. Take your balance. Left knee pulls into the chest, rise all the way up. Extend left leg, extend arms, inhale. Exhale, place everything back down, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up. It's always okay to lose balance. I do it all the time. Exhale, forward fold. The purpose of this class is to challenge ourselves. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose into chaturanga. Rise back up to plank. Knees and forearms drop. Pull your way forward, upward facing dog. Send it back, down dog. From down dog, inhale, rise to toes, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold on the exhale. Hands up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Float the right knee, and then extend right leg, push the arms. Inhale, bring it back. Warrior 3, exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, step back. Inhale, hands up. Open twist to the left. Reverse your lunge, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle posture. Inhale, reverse triangle. Triangle pose, come forward. Spend a moment in the posture. And then rise up, pivot the toes, star pose into wide-legged fold. Once you reach the wide-legged fold, we'll come right back up into goddess pose. Give yourself a chance to sway and to continue working into the depth of the hips. All right, straighten arms and legs, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, Skandasana back of your mat, Malasana back of your mat. Skandasana, left leg extends, take it forward, balancing half moon front of the mat. Right leg floats, right knee pulls in, stand all the way up, extend right leg, extend arms up, inhale. Exhale, everything comes down, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up, fold on the exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank pose to chaturanga. Rise back up to plank. Drop knees and forearms, and then swim your way forward, up dog, meet and down dog. Inhale, rise to toes, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Hands to heart center. Take a moment, take an extra breath. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow the energy to settle just for a second. We're going to go through that flow one more time on each side, but we're going to slow things all the way down. So essentially, we're going to hold the postures for a little bit longer at every single step. This might feel easier, this might feel harder, depending on where your energy is. My invitation is to root into the breath and to try to be present everywhere we go, okay? Let's try it out. And the yoga practice tells us to show up to practice every single time, but to be unattached from the results of the practice. So we show up to practice, and we're not concerned about if our poses look good or not. The only thing we can control is that we're putting in effort and that we're trying to find connection with ourselves. All right? So find gratitude for wherever you're at in the process, and let's go into our last round. Left knee floats. Hands lift, inhale. Exhale, kick and push. Hold here for a moment, keep breathing. Bring it back in, warrior three, left leg extends. Hold your warrior three. Maybe even reach the arms back behind you for more of an airplane pose. Slowly step back, high crescent lunge. Hands to the sky, hold your lunge for a moment, especially energizing through the back left leg, extending the left leg, feeling the left quad muscle engage. We're breathing. And then open twist to your right. So right arm swings back. Reverse your lunge. Left hand to the sky, right fingertips graze left thigh. Maybe take a deeper bend into the right knee. Breathe a couple rounds. Warrior two. Unravel, untwist, open. Breathe in warrior two. Reverse triangle, just to allow the right leg to straighten for a second. Come forward into side angle. And this is where you could find a bind. You could find a half bind with the left arm behind your low back. You could find a full bind with the right arm. And then I'm actually going to go towards bird of paradise. So if you're with me for bird of paradise, left foot can come forward. And then right leg can lift with the bind. I'm not really able to straighten the right leg because of my limitations in flexibility. But if you can straighten the right leg, you could. It just doesn't really feel comfortable for me. And then if you're in bird of paradise with me, let's go ahead and lower back down, and we'll all meet in side angle pose momentarily. From side angle, release any bind, reverse triangle once again, shift up and back, and then let's enter triangle pose. We'll be here for a few breaths. Nice job, my friends. Rise up to standing. Pivot the toes, wide-legged forward fold. You could add on a headstand here. You could add on a handstand here. I might give myself the chance to play with a couple handstand hops or a couple handstand floats into a straddle position. But you could also just relax into the wide-legged fold or sway the weight around a couple times. Right, there's so many different variations and different ways to do every posture that this practice really is just an exploration. All right, so let's rise up to stand into goddess pose. Cactus the arms out, sway side to side. Goddess pose, such a great strengthening position that really helps us build stability in the whole body. I even consider goddess to be a balancing pose, even with both feet on the ground, because of the way that our legs and hips are rotated open. It really is a great way to shift and orient ourselves with gravity in a different way. Wide-legged forward fold, straighten the legs, pivot the toes, and fold. Find a halfway lift. Skandasana lunge, back of the mat. Hold for a moment. Malasana squat, back of the mat. Step the right foot in. Maybe this time you bring elbows toward inner knees and try to sit the spine up a little taller. Come back to Skandasana. Right leg extends into half moon. As you open into half moon, there's an optional bind here of left foot into left hand, and then using that bind to open up. It's almost like bringing a little energy of dancer's pose into the balancing half moon. If you have the bind, release it. Left knee pulls into the chest, stand all the way up. Extend the left leg, reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Release everything. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank pose into chaturanga, low push-up. Lower down. Rise back up. Drop the knees, drop the forearms. Pull yourself forward, up dog. Release back, down dog. All right, this is our last side, and then we are done. So come forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold on the exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take a breath. Center yourself, center your space. Lift the right knee into the chest. Take an inhale. Kick and push. Stay here for a moment. Fight to keep the right heel lifted. And then bring it back in, warrior three. Maybe you even extend the arms backwards. Stay with the breath. And then step back, high crescent lunge. We're here for a moment, energizing through the back leg. Open arm twist, left arm swings back, and then reverse your lunge. We're here for a couple breaths, capitalizing on all the space that we've built in today's practice. Both hands up, inhale. Warrior two. From warrior two, pause and breathe. Notice where the mind fluctuates to. Reverse the triangle. Just allow the left leg to straighten and extend. And come forward, side angle pose. As you come forward to your side angle, you could reach for a half bind with the right arm, or you could go for your full bind. And then once again, if you're going for the full bind, bird of paradise is there for you as an option. And that's what this practice is just options. Wherever you're at, take a moment. If you're with me in bird of paradise, when you're ready to come down, come back down. We'll all meet in side angle, release your binds, reverse your triangle, open up, and then come to triangle pose. We're here for a couple breaths. Try to find some stability, mental stability, physical stability. It all starts with the breath. Rise all the way up. Wide-legged fold. And this is where you have time in your fold to just hang out. Maybe sway side to side, maybe twist, maybe headstand. Or if you're with me, maybe try some straddle hops into handstand. Of course, not required. It's kind of ridiculous, but I find it fun, and I'm pretty warmed up for it. So why not see what's possible? We'll meet back in our wide-legged fold. And then we'll rise up into a goddess squat. We'll give ourselves a couple breaths in goddess just to be here. If the arms are tired, I know my arms are tired after the handstand hop, so I'm just going to relax the arms here. I like making my goddess pose a little bit of a dance. Makes it a little more fun, you know? All right, straighten the legs, pivot the heels out, wide-legged. Forward fold. Halfway lift into Skandasana, back of the mat. Hold for a moment. Try to sit up tall. Malasana, back of the mat. And we're here for a moment. Maybe hands to heart center. Maybe you sit up nice and tall. Maybe you press elbows into knees to open. Skandasana lunge, left foot steps. Balancing half moon, open on up. There's an optional bind, right foot into right hand, just like you would do for dancer's pose or bow pose. If you have the bind, let it go. Rise all the way up, pulling right knee into chest. Extend right leg, extend arms, inhale. And exhale, everything comes back down. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank pose, into your low plank, chaturanga. Back up to high plank. Drop knees and forearms. Pull forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. As you get to down dog, pause. Come forward into your forward fold. Sink into your toe stand. Throw back to the beginning of class. And then lower into boat pose. One more time, we're doing the same thing we did at the start of class. High boat to low boat. Go ahead and begin. If you want, you can move with your breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. But we'll just keep this energy going for 20. 19, 18, you got this. You can always take a break if you need. 17, 16, 15, go as fast or as slow as you want. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, you got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, on 1, lay down onto your back. Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Reach the arms overhead, let the arms rest. Breathe in and out of the belly. Everything slows down. Reclined star pose, just like we did when we were standing. So legs go wide, arms go wide. It's like we're making a big X with the body. Take a few breaths. Today's practice was very active, very challenging, very interesting. Let this be simple. Let this be easy. Release all effort. My friends, this is where I am personally going to rest for probably about 5 minutes. I'm going to lay down in this reclined star pose and treat it as my shavasana. I recommend you do the same. But this is where I will end the practice so that you can choose to take your shavasana